This person says, I think they mean to say why instead of we at the beginning here, but I'm going to say it with a why because that's how I think they meant to say it. Why are taxpayers paying for subscriptions to any media outlets? That's the real question, but Tommy Boy won't address it. It payments for political favor, that all. Fire, bad. Well, I have addressed it. But since you're a little bit slow on the uptake and I like free content and need to generate more content for my channels, I'll explain it again. This person is talking about the $8 million in subscriptions to Politico the federal government paid that the right wing are all up in arms about, and Donald Trump is demanding they get back the money from Politico. It was for subscriptions. There are news sources that are behind paywalls, and members of Congress and members of our federal government wanted access to those news sources, and so they paid a subscription, just like other people in the country would pay a subscription to be able to read those news stories. And so the Republicans are up in arms that the federal government paid for subscriptions to this particular news outlet, not any other news outlet, but this particular outlet, because Donald Trump made a big deal out of this particular one. This person is saying that all these subscriptions were payments for political favor, and doesn't understand why we would have them. Our federal government would have them. Well, I've already explained a million times. They have them to be able to read the news on those sites that they want to read. But you say it was for political favor, but then when the record shows you that both Republicans and Democratic committees paid for Politico, did the Republicans do it for political favor? When Lauren Boebert's office paid $7,000 for subscriptions, did she do it for political favor? How about when the Speaker of the House's office, which was a Republican at the time, paid $9,000 for it? Was that for political favor? Your insinuation is that the Democratic Party paid subscriptions to a left-leaning news organization in order to make it look like we were just paying for subscriptions, but it was really payment for political favors between the Democratic Party and this left-leaning news organization. But Republicans paid for the same subscriptions, not as part of the overall federal government, but their own offices paid for these subscriptions. So I await your content concerning the political favor that Speaker Johnson or Representative Lauren Boebert got out of paying for subscriptions to these news organizations, per your own accusations. My guess is we're going to be waiting about as long as we're going to wait to see Donnie's tax returns or the infrastructure plan or the health care plan or Melania's press conference regarding her immigration status before we hear from this guy with an actual answer.